Uh, and welcome back to Grind Music and Repeat. Got another special edition. This one right here, we got a universal music bag right here. We're gonna break out on y'all. Elevated Nine, let them know what's up, yeah.
What's going on, good people of the globe? It is Nan from Elevated Nan Artist Development. It's also Nan from Good Business Music
Oh
Group.
yeah.
It's Nan from the planet Nan, from the
Nah,
best universe we get out here. Artist Development and just good business. Repping Chicago, Illinois. What's up?
oh yeah. So from the jump, let's talk about some of them services you provide for these artists out here. Let's go
Yeah,
ahead
we
and plug
could
them in.
we could get into that. So first I started doing artist development because I realized it was some holes.
Mhm.
Right. I'm an independent artist in the rap genre, in the hip hop genre. And
Mhm.
I noticed that when I was trying to get my start and get my feet wet and my feet in the door, that
Yeah,
it was a lot of questionable, I guess, practices, right? Many
yeah,
people were not talking about the business. So I took a step back from the music, producing it and creating it to
uh,
learn the business.
yeah,
And what I learned was gems, was nothing but nuggets, nothing but ownership, nothing but money, nothing but registration, paperwork, royalties. I said, why nobody talking about this?
yeah,
The business created itself. I was just the
yeah,
vessel.
yeah.
So that's artist development, right? I teach how to own what you create,
Mhm.
right? I also, my tagline, the mission statement is to fill in the blanks between where you are and where you want to be with your music.
I
So
like.
you might come with the talent, you might come with a little bit of know-how, with a little bit of acumen, and I help you fill in the blanks to get you where you want to be. So
Yeah,
between artist development, um, video treatments, registration, when it comes to music audits,
yeah.
performance audits, we do it all.
Uh-huh.
We do it all.
Okay, okay. I like that. I like how you present that, like in that fashion, and then it just what kind of artist would you be? You know what I'm saying, looking for, or what's some kind of criteria as far as like when you know what if Nine say you good, we gonna rock with you. What gives
Ooh.
you approval? Like,
First of all, I'm who you gotta go up against.
oh wow, okay,
I have to be impressed.
ooh, we,
And I'm not easily impressed.
uh,
So if you have to break it down to being criteria,
yeah,
first of all, you gotta be honest,
hmm,
right? Whatever the story is, it's gotta be the truth,
hmm,
right? You have to have technique,
hmm,
skill, the energy has to be there, you
yeah,
know, the wordplay. You actually have to be concise when you
yeah,
telling a story, if you telling a story.
mhm,
If you hard hitting and you got metaphors and punchlines, I'm expecting you to knock
yeah,
me clean out. I want to be unconscious
yeah.
by the time you're done,
Gotta bring
right?
it.
That's it. A game all the way.
Yeah.
And also have room for improvement.
Mm.
That's the criteria.
That's amazing right there. Like that I think that really set the nature and the tone of this
It
conversation.
set the bar.
Yeah.
We can't
Oh,
do yes. We don't do yes man,
nah.
right? That's
Uh,
dangerous. That's what's created
mm-hmm.
the forget having a high bar or a low bar, the bar
Yeah.
has disappeared
Yeah.
because there's so many yes men out here, right? So
Yeah.
you can call me yo no nigga if you need to.
Hmm. Yeah. Cause I think we don't have our standards set as high anymore because of what we see is like easily accessible. Like where I ain't really got to go as hard as they used to go like that because we got stuff easier for us, so we ain't even got to do all of that. But that's like football, like where they went from tackling every day to now we only do it a couple days out of the week. You know what I'm saying? The game get a little bit softer, and that's what I be seeing. Like we don't have our standards set as high as they could be, and we
Exactly.
just take that low hanging fruit sometimes, and then they more to it though. They just
Mhm.
more out there, and I wish we would express some of that more. Yeah,
I
sure.
think that's the OG. I think that's the OGs.
Uh
I'm
huh.
not even gonna hold you. Like I think that once more information start getting put out there and I know you know that that wave of artists coming out
Yeah.
that's signed talk about some I don't own nothing, I
Mhm.
can't get nothing, I'm
Yeah.
really broke. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Hmm.
they start reaching into the independent lane
Hmm.
and documenting that process.
Yeah.
Well, people really only document the good stuff. They only put
Yeah.
out the good stuff. So now you got a whole bag of artists thinking that,
Yeah.
well, based off of this, this is all
Yeah.
that I have to do. And
Yeah.
it's not,
Yeah. Mhm.
you know? speaking of what you said, just to piggyback off of that, the
Uh-huh.
one thing that terrifies, well, 2 things that terrify me, right, when it comes to
Okay.
being an independent artist,
What's that?
is that guerrilla footwork,
Mhm.
that street teams,
Yeah.
it terrifies me, and then freestyling, right?
Yeah.
I lock up. It's like my cheeks clench, and I don't know what to do, right? But it is, a strength
Hmm.
in those skills, right? When you
Yeah.
could sacrifice just being maybe even being embarrassed for a little bit or, you know, whatever the case may be, if you could sacrifice, if you're willing to go through those things
Ooh.
just to be really
Mm.
in there in the vibration and the
Yeah.
energy of creating something good, then
Ooh.
it goes so much further. But I think it's fear,
Yeah.
right? I don't really want to be in front of people. If you notice the
Mhm.
new dudes, they got their hoods on, their heads down, and their
Yeah.
dreads is knocking. That's all we got. We ain't seen a nigga
Yeah.
eyes yet. What?
Dang. So you saying to a certain standpoint, you have to expose yourself to become like a sort of relentless, like it's like a level you achieve after like, dang, I exposed myself, like I really showed them the real me, and then
Absolutely.
they accepted that, and then that's a I think that's a different kind of rite of passage right there,
Oh
where
my God,
you
yes.
accept for who you are, and I ain't got what I ain't got to what
You
I
don't
ain't
have to prove. There's
got
nothing to once you if you do it out the gate, there's
yeah,
nothing to prove, right?
yeah.
But if you don't and you keep shying away from certain things, you'll still have
Hmm.
people asking the same questions about you that
Yeah.
you haven't answered. Your talent haven't answered them questions yet.
Ooh, I think that's a thing. Like as part of this artistry we're speaking on. Like as far as like what you feel like your best, what I'm saying, your best skills is, and what you don't do as well. And then those might be some of the knocks on you as you going through the process of, what I'm saying, aiming for the bag or on the rise to stardom and stuff like that. But these is gonna be your knocks. And then how well do you process them? And then how do you like dwindle those down, like turn your mistakes into gold, or even grow upon them mistakes and stuff like that. Can you speak about that?
We can. Yes, completely. So anytime an artist comes to me, right, I try to get a 360 view of who they are, how they operate, where their talent stems from. Does their talent just stem from desire to do music, or is their talent stemming from the story behind their lives, right? And you kind of got to handle both a little bit differently. But I like to start with the strengths, right? If you're better at recording and writing, we finna get a whole bunch of them out. If you're better at performing, we're gonna go ahead and stretch that entertainer bone, right? Um, Depending on what needs work, that gets worked on behind the scenes every single time. And that is what also gets paid attention to
Yeah,
while the spotlight is on you,
yeah,
right? Me, for instance, I'm a cold writer.
yeah,
Me and the onomatopoeia,
yeah.
stop. Like, but I started that with poetry. I've been writing poetry since I was 11, right?
Ooh,
And my father told me that I had a universal voice. I'm making 30 or 40 or 50-year-olds cry. They questioning their life and all.
yeah,
I'm 11.
yeah. That
So my
power
my
of pen.
my power of the English language, right? But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the weakness, like I said, it's freestyling. So if it's like if you put me in a room, immediately say, okay, go up against her. I
Yeah,
have to think of something I've already written to
yeah,
get me
yeah,
started.
yeah.
Even if
I
it's
would
just
say
the
that
verse.
with me too. Like
Yeah.
my yeah,
It never just I be like, and I'm so smooth. I carry myself real well, but you gonna see me buckle. You tell me to go
yeah,
ahead, just go ahead real quick. What you mean? Hold on, wait. Let me think about it.
yeah.
But that's overthinking, right?
Mhm.
So, and
That's
that's
it.
not putting it out enough. That's not putting myself on the spot enough. Once you
Yeah,
get used to being put on the spot, it's not
yeah.
on the spot no more.
And it just fall out every time. Like it just, oh,
It
you
flow.
didn't need to. Did you practice that? Nah,
Right,
I'm used to it now. Like the conditions we done trained upon. Like
right.
every time, like just in there, like especially like when you trying to get a point across in a song or something like that, and it's like, nah, Dre, I gotta have this kind of energy because if I don't got this kind of energy with it, then
Mhm.
this don't it I need to be doing something else.
Yeah.
This don't fit this song if I don't have this kind of energy. You ever ran into something like that with an artist?
All the time, especially when like if there's something that they've already written and then they bring to the studio,
Yeah,
I'm all up in that. Nah, 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 run that back. One, because that's when you have to take technique into
Yeah.
consideration and then the skill. Most
It's
people just come
good.
with raw talent. Raw talent, cool.
Yeah.
But once you really get into the skill that it takes and you realize, okay, that I have this much space, I got this many bars,
Mhm.
I have to satisfy the rhyme,
Yeah.
or it didn't hit that hard. You need to add a better metaphor in there. You need to go ahead and relate this back to this. We
Yeah.
really get there and do like science. You know,
Yeah.
like we
Yeah.
it's real surgery sometimes when you get in there to try to make it all fit. And then you have to have the energy once it's performed in that
Yeah.
booth to kind of match whatever you're gonna do on stage, or if
Yeah.
you just want to go ahead and tell the story the right way.
Mhm.
It's gotta fit.
Yeah, I like how you put that because it's like we rediscovering the laws of motion when we actually like sync up like lines or even sentences or cadences, like
Hmm.
we how we sync them together, and then as we get more fluent with saying them, it's more of like a memorization, and then
Yep.
it's like I know this to the T, like I know this from the first word to the last word.
Mhm.
It ain't no gonna be no reading process. This is gonna be like I
Exactly.
truly embody this feeling. I knock this one out in 1, 2 takes right here, and then it's like, yeah, that right there, we're gonna need that every time. And then it's like you wish you could bottle that sometimes, and that be the only thing about like for me, like making some of my favorite songs. It
Yeah.
just be that first feeling of like, oh, look at that right there,
I
who do it like that? Who, you know what I'm saying? Like that right there, and then somebody hear that song, yeah, Dre, that's nice, man. But I'm like, hey, I'm gonna let you rock with that because you don't really
Right.
know what that represent for me. You know, right there.
Right. You
You
wasn't
see me,
there. You don't
yeah,
know.
see me somewhere. If you see me somewhere performing that, you like, yo, look at that thing, Dre, bro, what he
Mhm.
doing? Like, yeah, that's how when you start doing it like that. Oh man, that's how I gotta do this one right here.
Right.
There's a whole lot of love and motivation in this too. And then it's about like when you get through with the breakthroughs though, like what's some of your best breakthrough experiences, whether it's with yourself or artists, you know what I'm saying, in the studio, performing.
I
What's
got you.
I
I
wanted
got you. Look, I was sent shout out to South and Crook out in
okay,
Atlanta.
shout out to them.
Okay. They were signed to, I believe, a label in Germany.
Sure, okay.
And amazing. Like Crook makes the best beats. South has this tone. It's gonna give you maybe like a little Ti with a little Anthony Hamilton. It's like,
Okay,
yeah, oh,
okay.
this is dope.
That's
So,
interesting right there.
man,
Yeah,
the vibe alone, like you gotta
yeah.
qualify to be on the
Mhm.
track with that type of energy. And so
Yeah,
I was kind of, flattered. He threw me a beat. Well, didn't throw it to me, but we were
yeah.
supposed to collab on this.
Uh-huh.
And Crook had made the beat, and South had already had the hook in there. So boom. I listened to this hook and I cried for 6 months.
Dang.
The hook was
Us.
ministering to me.
Dang.
It was about how are you afraid to fly?
Ooh,
Like you want this, but you're afraid to oh,
yeah,
destroyed me.
yeah.
Like it had to break me down to build me back up to
Yeah.
even be able to
Ah,
deliver a message on
mhm.
this song. So with the combination of the frequency of the beat and
Yeah.
then the frequency of the intent of his message in that hook, I
Mhm.
was worked on. Like
Yeah.
you want to talk about a breakthrough? That was a legitimate healing therapeutic
Dang.
moment. And it
That's
took me 6 months.
6 months.
I didn't even know nothing was wrong with me, bro. I'm like,
Dang.
my
Yeah.
my my fiance come home. You write something? Yeah, no, I ain't wrote nothing. Stop asking me. I don't got nothing ready. But that was the moment where I really connected
Yeah.
with the music. I connected with what was put in front of me, and I let it do what music does, and
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
amazing. That and you
Okay.
hit on it when you said you don't have to read.
Yeah.
Oh, when I learned them words, now,
Yeah. That
when
right
I
there.
got it down, oh,
Yeah.
everybody get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm finna light this booth on fire.
For real.
Because
Like,
once I could close my eyes and get into that element,
yeah.
I killed this.
It's something like I wouldn't even call it like a studio spirit, but it's like it's
But
something
it
reminiscent
is.
of that. Something like it. I
It
don't know what it
is.
is. Like I think of like one of my first breakthroughs. Like my thing with me is I always been long winded, so I could always put together whatever I wanted to put together, how I
Yeah.
wanted to put it together. But when I seen one way that I put it together, oh God, oh that's it. I done struck gold. You know what I'm saying? I seen diamonds. You know,
Yes.
I ain't got to keep digging no more. That's it
Mhm.
right there, Trey. Let me see you rock like that, and then that kind of like get me to where I am now, and then still looking at that, and then still being able to take strides like mentally, and then
Mhm.
especially like lyrically, and then putting like a physical aspect in the music right there, so that people can, you know what I'm saying, create something tangible off of it, like rather than just, oh yeah, it's just a song. Nah, this really a piece of life right here. So like that kind of thing, like that's what helped me with my breakthrough moments right there.
Do you
That's a
pull in your influences from any other artists? Not like copying,
yeah,
but are you influenced by
yeah,
any other artists? Who?
yeah. Like I'm talking about like back when them mixtape days, like where you just that was at the store, or I mean, go to the, yeah,
Trapaholics.
all of that. Go to the
Damn,
stockyard, get
son.
all the mixtapes. Man, I'm talking about like, well, even a little bit before that. But for me, it's mostly like me growing up, I listened to the music that my mama and her cousins and everybody around the family listened to and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So like it was Tupac, Biggie, but then I get on my own realm. Oh yeah, shout out to Mary J. Blige too, cause she definitely a big
Shout
deal.
out to Mary.
Yeah. So like when it comes to like as far as like rap, my different aspects as far as like coming up through like middle school and stuff like that, man, Jada Kiss, Jay Z, um, shout out to the Big L too. God bless the dead. That right there,
Mm,
getting put on game about that stuff like that. Then you got Busta Rhymes. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the whole locks. Shout out to
Mhm.
Styles P. That dude be rocking. Like
Yeah.
just that. Not even like the substance of what they was talking, but it's just far as an aspect of like, dang, yo, they put bars together like that, or just
Right.
even the little, you know what I'm saying, the nice stuff they'll put on the intro. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like Jay-Z on that Change Clothes. Yo, you coming in? Yeah, I'm right behind you. Nope. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What what make you do that? Like what kind of stages you get into when you see that, Dre? And then that's what that made me think of, like a whole lot of that. And coming from a poetic background too. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you hit that one earlier. Nice. You nice job right there. Yeah, like that whole aspect of that kind of music, and then not all of the, you know what I'm saying, talking down on people or talking bad about
Right.
certain situations and stuff like that. But you, when I hear Jadakiss, like you think about like that song "We Gonna Make It."
We
That's
uh,
like a hood
mm,
anthem right there.
That's
Yeah,
it. That's
that
it.
that kind of thing, like, you know what I'm saying, talking to the people, like even Common,
Mhm.
shout out to him too, like that for the people song he had, that right there is that was influential in my development. And then,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Outcast, them ATLians, man, yo, that
Woo!
like that's a whole lot of, even you said Ti too earlier, a
Mhm.
little bit of Jeezy too, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like just as far as like just being cool, you know what I'm saying, wanting to go in there and put that stuff on, trying to look nice, get free a
Uh-huh.
little bit, that kind of stuff like that. And I see like a lot of that represents itself in hip hop, and then how life reflects through hip hop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. That's what's, dang. Nobody ain't never asked me that question.
I'm finna say
There you go.
you got a nice list
Yeah,
of influence even
yeah,
dating back, you know.
yeah.
Mine stem from local first. Not
Okay.
even gonna hold you, right?
Yeah,
Shout out to every single Chicago legend that we
mhm,
have had, right?
yeah,
Because at the time that I was being introduced to different types of music, um, I was too young to listen to it. Mind you, I was the little sister.
yeah,
Okay, I had an older brother who was constantly rocking it and bumping it. He had tapes and all of this type of stuff, and
yeah,
he knew my mama said I couldn't listen to this, so I come around. He cut it off. Well, when he passed,
mhm,
he still had a tape in his radio,
yeah,
and I'm just reminiscing. I'm in his room, and I hit play,
mhm.
and I hear 3 a.m. by Do or Die,
Oh,
right? And it was melodic,
yeah,
but it bopped. I'm like, what is happening here? I'm
yeah,
like, I'm being introduced to something that I never even knew could. And
yeah,
then they come chopping.
mhm,
They're chopping.
yeah,
I'm like, hold on.
yeah,
I didn't even know people could talk this fast.
yeah,
So it was being introduced to the Chicago flavor, the
Mhm.
style. It was a lot of pimp influence
Yeah,
and early Chicago music, right? But it was also that cultural expression of
okay.
what was going on around the time. So just wanting to feel like I was infused with the culture in my city.
Yeah,
I took on, listening more to Crucial Conflict, to
mhm,
Do or Die, to
mhm.
Twister, to
Yeah,
Psychodrama, right? And my favorite, was Shauna. I know, we might have started out DTP, you Chicago. I don't care what's going on, right? Um, just listening to block Chicago's block music,
yeah,
Imma give you every song verbatim, including the skits.
mhm,
Who knows the skits
yeah,
anymore? Who's even doing skits? I'm at your skits. Like,
yeah,
let's go.
yeah,
Ludacris,
uh,
skits.
yeah,
Busta Rhymes, skits. I
mhm,
was big on how are you telling this story? Like, 'cause if
yeah,
the songs aren't telling the whole story, the skits will come in and
yeah,
tell a little bit of the story or what to expect and things like that. I used to love that. I loved it. It was the creativity of all those different artists
yeah.
that influenced me,
That
right?
movie aspect, like, dang, I'm trying to listen to it.
Right.
I done walked into the theater. Oh, let me sit down. Let me see what's yo, play that back, man. I'm like, yo,
Right.
like right there. That's
Them bringing in celebrities and stuff like
yeah,
that, and, you
yeah,
hearing all the different voices, like, even though he had someone impersonating Bernie Mac, when Kanye West College
yeah.
Dropout came out, and he
I
had,
thought it
"Kanye,
would.
what in the fuck was that?"
I
Like, you know what
thought
I'm
it
saying?
was. I
That
thought
was an
it was him.
impersonator.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That whole that all the skits when it comes to College Dropout, that's probably one of the newer ones, but not really, really new, one of my favorite ones. So
Yeah,
just being influenced by the creativity is enough. Of course, shout out to all the female rappers back in the day. You
oh yeah,
just
for
got
sure.
to, because
Yeah.
Eve, Missy, you know what I mean? Even
Mhm.
Lady Rage, I got a little bit of Queen Latifah in me. Definitely Missy. Like, I can't wait to do something with Missy
Yeah,
because it's just ridiculous. But
yeah,
I have the chopping aspects of my city, and
mhm,
then those lyrical, assertive female flows kind of
yeah,
intrinsically entwined in my shit. So
yeah.
shout out
I,
to all of them.
yeah, I can hear a lot of that too. And let's stay there with Chicago. Like, what represents the Chicago music scene best? Like, if you could explain it, yeah, in your words, live from the nine.
when when it comes to ah, it's split. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna hold you. I
Okay.
think it's split right down the middle because now we got drill.
Yeah.
And I think that depending on when you start tuning into Chicago music, you're gonna
Mhm.
think that it started there,
Yeah.
and that is the sound of the city. And depending on your age, it might be. Right now, granted, I am in my 30s. Shout out to being 36. Um, I think, and this is like on a do you qualify standpoint, because
Uh,
drill, you ain't gotta say, you're not saying much.
yeah.
Like, you're not, whatever you're doing is shoot 'em up, bang, bang. You got an op, you don't even know who your ops really is. You just shot somebody, girl, I'm not interested. But that seems to stick well, right? You got King Von, Chief Keef.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to talk bad about nobody.
Okay.
You got the Chief Keefs, you got the King Vons, right? You got the G Herbos. Out of them, I prefer G Herbo over anybody. But I
Yeah.
feel like what really qualify you in this city is chopping.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's chopping, period. Like, can you say it fast?
Yeah.
Without messing up. It's
Yeah.
really where I see people uh kind of flex more, how they excel with certain things. We go to a lot of independent artists showcases, and I pay attention to how the crowd reacts, right? So even if you got a nice little boppy joint here
Mhm.
in this city, nothing is grabbing your attention like that dude that barely breathed. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, nothing can grab you like he can. So I feel like we on that type of time.
Okay, so you feel like just the chopping as far as like the rapid fire. That started in Chicago.
It did.
Okay, okay,
It
yo,
did.
little music
Shout
fact.
out to Tongue Twister,
Yeah, right.
AKA Twister.
Oh yeah. I hear dropping gems on Grind.Music.Repeat, baby. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So shoot, let's get into a studio process, like or
Okay.
no. Let's hold on for now. Let's get to this. Let's get to that pen. Like, what's a writing process like? where you would want to create like a particular process for an artist, or one you got for yourself that you've adopted that you've seen like is masterful, a nice tool.
Well, the one thing that I will say, I like to satisfy a demand,
Hmm.
right? When I write. And I create that demand, and that demand is for me to never get bored. I don't wanna listen to it and have my mind wander off into another thought. I
Gotcha.
need focus. I need you here with me. So
Yeah.
whatever I have to do to keep you here with me eye to eye as I walk you through all these bars is what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. So with that in mind, I will rewrite, like restart my verse.
Yeah.
Every line is a new start.
Yeah.
So if I'm coming in to give you whiplash,
Hmm.
I'm then going to to punch you. I'm going to gut punch you,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to, probably a little bit with the bars. That's my point and purpose. So
Hmm.
if I'm not coming in, wha, wha, hiya, wha,
Yeah.
every single time, we got
Yeah.
to go back to the drawing board
Right.
because I'm not doing my job.
It,
That and
that yeah, because I
transitions.
yeah, this it's this dude, Geechee Gotti. He got this joint. It's called Every FM Bar. Like
Ooh,
I like that aspect because it's like there ain't no filler in here. And then like how you saying, like every one of these means something. Like, and they gonna be calculated. They gonna be designed. They gonna
yes,
be timed out well. And that ain't gonna be rushed. You know, it's gonna be
right.
straight to the point, and we're gonna be direct. And I like how you said that right there. I think I
Yeah.
cut you off there.
No, no, yeah, you're good. It's that's the shock factor. I think I like
Hmm.
a good shock value when it
Yeah.
comes to things, right?
Yeah.
Like I think the beginning of one of my songs, I got a song called Be Afraid.
Okay.
And when I begin the second verse, it's when the beat drops and
Hmm.
I say, Your mama named your sister Chlamydia. And then I go in. That's just I just you like, wait, what? What you mean?
What
And
you
that's
mean?
what I
What
mean,
you
right? But when it comes to building the rest of that out, like after I build in, create the shock value, and mind you, I'm
Uh-huh.
doing that every four
Yeah.
bars. Every four bars, I'm bringing you back in with something else
Yeah.
if I can't do it every bar, because I'm transitioning, I'm switching out the
Yeah.
cadence
Hmm.
every four bars. It also
Right
ensures
there.
you don't get bored when you listen
Yeah.
to it,
No,
right?
you ain't gonna do that. There you
And
go. You ain't
man, look, right? We finna
sleep.
we finna
Can't go
switch
to
that
sleep.
flow up. Right.
You're
We go I'm
shaky
a
like that. How you
exactly.
gonna go to sleep?
I
Like,
have to. So we switch that cadence up, and then I like to write in like I call it families, right? So I
hmm.
I I break up my 16 bars into four fours,
Yeah. Oh,
and
oh.
I will start you here, and I will end you here. I
Mhm.
will amaze you in between those four bars, and then I
Yeah.
will switch the cadence into
Yeah.
another four bars, then switch it into another four until I'm done. And
Dang.
it's a true science
Yeah.
to it. I haven't figured out the real equation yet, but that's what I like to do. So
I
that's what I
think
like to see.
I think it's like when we create like that, like every bar has its own kind of ecosystem, and
Mhm.
then it's like, okay, you got, the things where they be like, okay, let's make sure you're not a robot. All of
Uh-huh.
these things right here will link up together.
Mhm.
But if it ain't a part of it, it's gonna throw it off. It's either gonna throw it off good or it's gonna throw it off bad. And
Mhm.
then that's the high stakes it get into. It go really,
Yeah.
really good.
Or really, really bad.
That's crazy. But I think like and then you got four of them, and then let's
Mhm.
say, oh well, shoot, I'm gonna do a whole nother verse too.
Mhm.
Dang. And then it's like if you can have like kind of like movies and stuff, like Easter eggs and callbacks and stuff. Oh, he said he just got this dude is a genius. I didn't know he could do that. Like the holy grail of thinking, like when you working with this, like the cutting edge of like science, like think
Mhm.
ahead and thinking ahead again.
Yeah.
That's where you get a nice one. And then you can even see like, okay, I got this one. I'm probably better off starting with this board
Exactly.
and going with the rest. Then that's it right there.
Yeah.
This is the start. Because I think you could misplace a start and that
Oh,
could
yeah.
throw something off right there. That
You
right there.
could you could misplace a whole verse
Dang.
where it's like you just got lost in
Yeah.
it, and now you just you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
whatever, and it's not very concise, and that is one of
Hmm.
the reasons why and I'ma always hold him to such a high standard and
Yeah.
rest his energy, rest in peace to
Mhm.
Fred the Godson. Because Fred the Godson,
Yeah.
man, the way he lay it out,
Yeah.
the way he spell it out for you, he roll out the red carpet of bars just to roll your ass
Yeah.
back up in that carpet and dump you in a trunk. Like it's like a dance. It's
Yeah.
poetic. It's like
Yeah.
a ballet,
Yeah.
and he don't even break a sweat.
Mhm.
He never has, and I'm like, and I just being all like,
Yeah.
man, that's for me. That's like a part of one of my pinnacles.
Yeah.
When it comes to the pen game,
Mhm.
I'm trying to metaphor the out of you.
Yeah.
Where you like, "I didn't even know you could use it like this."
Yeah.
Exactly why I'm here, my friend. Exactly what I'm doing here. To kinda stretch your mind in the bounds of, the meanings of certain words, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
How you form them and stretch them to do what you want them to do. He was fantastic at that,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And I think most of that was just freestyling, so to just get my pen game to
Yeah.
that would just
Yeah.
be, 10 of 10 for me.
Yeah. I don't know, like when we design like our music, how we design it, oh that
Mhm.
boom, that's something too. When we design it how it is, it's like we speak on like a level of frequency, like
Mhm.
where we just master the English language and then it's just like I can, oh I know you, oh you what, okay, you from that walk of life, I can send this to you, I can get you right here. How you know about that? He will live in your ways as if he was born to them. Like that kind of thing,
Mm.
like just finding that out, and then it's like it's even like in like a performance setting. That's
Mhm.
the best thing. Like where you think about like, dang, what? How many people gonna be in there? Who gonna be in there? What kind of people gonna be in there? Yeah,
Right.
I know I could. This one universal. I could always rock them with this.
Yep.
This nice right here, and then that's setting up that performance aspect, and then that's all coming from when I first wrote this first bar. I knew this was gonna be the last bar in this song because of how I wrote it, and I ended
Yeah.
up switching it around. And then I got this thing where like first verse Dre ain't nothing like second verse Dre. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Like, then, oh, should I put okay? So I just write the first verse and then put that second automatic and then put the second verse first. I tried to do that. That don't work either. I
Oh
don't know
my
what it
god.
is. It's like I try to outdo myself every time. Like
And you
it's like
do it,
subconscious. Like, what am I doing?
but you end up outdoing yourself to the point where you
Yeah,
got scratched the whole like, it's
yeah,
like, where was this energy at for the first one? Like,
yeah,
sometimes I remember very, very distinctively, I was in the studio. Shout out to the old chocolate factory on the west side of Chicago off Augusta. Okay. They turned it into a bunch of studios. Shout out to Dirty Sock, my producer.
oh yeah,
Um, I played a song that I did the hook for. I did the first verse, the second verse, and I did all the ad libs. But everything you heard sounded different, right? So he got it loud on the
yeah,
monitors playing back. It's some rando in the room, right? He
mhm,
chilling, he, you know what I'm saying, trying to get ready for his session.
yeah,
And he hears the hook and he like, oh, who is that? I'm like, that's me. He like, dope. He listening. First verse come in. I'm chopping in it. He like,
yeah,
"Who is that?"
yeah.
I'm like, "That's me."
It's me.
Right? Right. The hook come back in. He look at me. He give me the nod because he with the hook, and then the second verse come in. "Ooh, who is that?" That's me. So I'm extremely theatrical at times,
Mhm.
and I don't copy off of her, but
Yeah,
you know how Nicki Minaj,
yeah, uh-huh,
some adjacent, not
yeah,
exactly that, but I will go up into inflection and come out and do some, you know what I'm saying, just to get my point across.
yeah,
And you'll hear all these different elements and these aspects and stuff, and you're like, hold on, this is the same you from this one, and this is the same, and this is the same. Yep,
yeah.
yep, all the same day, same session, sir.
And
Everything.
that I think that's a crazy tool, like where you just I wouldn't even call it an alter ego. It's
Right.
just a different mentality,
Mhm.
or it's something like that. I wouldn't call it like split personality disorder or that.
On
Like,
the track, you
yeah,
would.
yeah, I would. That would be more like I'm under a different moniker today. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Address me a little bit different. I
yeah,
might be feeling like Draquan one day. And then I might be, oh, you know what? I'm feeling kind of Dre the Great today.
yeah.
Watch how y'all talk to me. Address me as such. Like, and then
Respect my authority.
yeah, like that's that's the energy associated, especially like when it come to like making songs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so do you have a like you think there is a worked out like a foolproof method of like a composition of a song? Like is it just better to just freestyle everything, or is it like hook verse, or verse hook? What's something you worked out that you seen as far as like
Um,
song builder?
so I see it happen different ways.
Mm,
It depends on if the beat is already made or not,
okay.
right? So let's say we're going off of you first and the beat's not even created.
Hmm.
That's more freestyle, I feel like,
Yeah.
right? Because normally you're gonna start with the hook, or
Yeah.
you might not have a hook at all, right? So it can kind of go up and down. I've caught myself in that where I don't back.
Hmm. Yep.
You
Because
know what
I
I'm
could
saying?
you can see it where you make a bridge to go into the hook. You
Mhm.
make a bridge to get out of the hook into the next verse.
Yes,
There's just so many uses of the bridge.
it
That's the
is.
part when you said that I missed that structure of that bridge.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's crazy.
It's not utilized anymore. And whenever we're on, like when we get the chance to review music with
Hmm.
artists, shout out to the Ducks Dripper Jar Music Review Show
Yeah,
and the
let's talk. You got
CEO
some.
of
We
G
can discuss
Music.
that a little bit.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can get
Yeah.
into that. So,
Yeah. Brenda, give us a little.
um, let's talk about the music review show. So
Yeah.
it started about 3 years ago,
Hmm.
and this was the year before COVID hit, right? So I think this was
29.
2019,
Yeah.
2019, right? So maybe about four now, but this will be the fourth year, I think. So leaning into why it even began, we were watching music review, the very first music review show we had ever seen
Hmm.
on Facebook, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but she was not critiquing. It was just, okay, who's next? Okay, who's next? And we're listening like you're not. What is this a real review? Like what's really going on?
Yeah.
So, um, my fiance at the time, my partner, every the person I do everything with,
Hmm.
Duck. Duck says we could do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, review music? He like, yeah, we could do this, man. This is probably like January 3rd, top of the year, right? It's cold as hell. We stuck in the house, it's snowing. There's nothing to do.
Hmm.
So we start this music review show. And I made some quick, flyer for it and did some work to just get the brand, what it was supposed to look like or
Yeah.
colors or whatever, and just kind of put it out there. And then we went live that day. And that was probably one of the most amazing experiences because not only, I mean, it wasn't so deep into the critique, but we kind of was doing a little bit of how we, ended up as
Yeah.
as opposed to how we started,
Yeah.
where it was like, well, this could be better, this could be louder, you're missing this, you could do this, but overall, it's a pretty dope track.
Yeah.
So we started it. We started doing probably like every couple days throughout the week, but we were yearning for this. It was
Mhm.
like, I want to go live. We gotta go live. We gotta go review music.
Yeah.
Right. Even on the days off. Be like,
Yeah.
it's just Wednesday. We got a Tuesday and Thursday schedule. Calm down. No, let's go live. So it became a hunger. Because people really needed whatever we were providing. We didn't even realize how big it was gonna be or anything like that. But what we noticed is having standards
Mhm.
on that review show
Yeah.
set us up to win.
Yeah.
It set us apart completely,
Mhm.
right? Once
Yeah.
we really got into, okay, you need to add some ins and outs. Where your ad libs. I
Yeah.
need your layering to be tighter. I could tell you're reading. Like all the different things that artists need to hear, even if it's just little minute things where they can create a better product, a better
Mhm.
quality product is what with the service that we were providing. on top of the fact that we were not yes men. We
Yeah.
didn't care about hurting your feelings.
Yeah.
If it's basura, it's basura.
Yeah.
If it's trash, it's trash, right? And I was the bad guy.
I know a
It,
dude right now. He'll say that. He'll say it right now. Yeah.
basura.
He'll call it trash
You know,
right now. Shout out
but
to Steenie, yeah.
shout out to you, baby, because we need you out here. There's nothing like a no nigga. I'm telling you that right now. And it causes the standard to maintain,
Mhm.
right? It causes the bar to stay where it is. So that's where we get to the type of quality artists
Yeah.
that we attract. If you could get through us,
Yeah.
you made it. Because again, you have to impress me.
Mhm.
So now we have this whole repertoire
Mhm.
of tens
Yeah.
just sitting in it,
Yeah.
bangers. I mean, and you have a good message, you execute well, you got good energy.
Yeah.
Now we want to get these artists together.
Yeah.
So now we created the first annual South Fest. This
Oh,
is where you can't just, hey, look, can I perform? No. You've already been vetted through the show. Everybody in this comment section said you was a 10 and a
yeah.
10 again and a 10 again and a
Yeah.
10 again. We done got all the 10s on
Yeah.
one stage.
Mhm.
Trey.
Yeah. Y'all
It's
do that?
nothing like it. You have look, get get through, come to the show,
Yeah.
submit some stuff,
Uh-huh.
get vetted
Yeah.
because it is phenomenal. We have
Mhm.
a dream team and they don't even belong to us.
Yeah.
So now it's time to start the label. Shout out to GBMG.
Oh yeah.
And now guess who we got to choose from? All 10.
Oh shoot. All 10.
All
All
day long.
10 of the tens.
3,000 10s.
10. Everything on 10.
Everything.
Dang. Hey,
Everything.
shout out to them too, because like when you send your music in and stuff like that, or you play your music around other people and stuff like that, some people is just they gonna be really real with you, and then they gonna be some people where it's like they dismissive about it and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But if they real with you about something, like where they give you some constructive criticism and they point you into a direction of, yeah, this is the way to go when you trying to, you know what I'm saying? In
Exactly.
order just saying, nah, man, that's whack, man. Get that
Right.
out. Like, why is it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I get that level of realness, like, and then some people like they a little bit too, they can't handle all of that, you know. But
Right.
it's part of, you know what I'm saying, growing up into your role, you know what I'm saying, stepping into your own light. And you
Exactly.
can't dim your light, you know what I'm saying, because that's a disservice to the rest of the universe for dimming your light. So you
Mhm.
just gotta walk into it and then, you know, take what come with it. And then you just don't always take it personal, you know.
Right.
Write it down. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I put it in a motivation. Yep,
Mhm.
I got a motivation tank about as big as one of the houses around here. Every day I just take a little bit out and then I just put a little bit back in because you never know
Mhm.
where you go need it. And then
Right.
how they say save for a rainy day, but it's always raining.
Ooh!
That is crazy. But yeah, so like don't be scared to go out there and do your thing, independent artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they don't know who you are yet. And you gotta represent yourself in your best fashion. And then that's where you start at. Start somewhere. All our ideas start out ugly. That's crazy.
Man, it is I think it's a part of development
Yeah.
because the one thing and I know a lot of artists might not want to be signed to a label now because you could be independent, but
Mhm.
some artists genuinely have that as their goal,
Yeah.
right? Well, when you want to be signed, normally, and what they used to do is they grab an artist that was completely unseasoned, just raw talent, and you wouldn't see them for a while because they were going through development. The label would put you through development, and that's even taking the sound that you're putting out there as a product and putting it in front of focus groups,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That they think that might be your target market or whatever the demographic that you're trying to reach. And they'll play some, your music video or the songs or whatever and see what the focus group says. Well, that's the part that was taken out, and it's almost like an a la carte aspect of the industry is what we
Yeah.
do because that's what makes it so important. That's what makes reviewing it and critiquing it to allow the artist to make it better such a pivotal piece that's missing, right? You see, it's a lot of stuff that's just been taken out. Now the label is expecting you to come developed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You got to come with the fan base already. You got to come with the
Yeah.
numbers. You got to come with the vibe. Come with the brand
Uh-huh.
and come ready.
Yeah.
So we have to develop ourselves as artists. And
Yeah.
I don't think we're really utilizing the tools because one, you're taking this critique personal.
Okay.
Nobody's trying to hurt
Yeah.
your feelings. You shouldn't
Yeah.
make it so easy to do
Yeah.
that. Why
But
don't
it's
you
their
just take
job. Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
don't come at me crazy.
Yeah.
You brought this to us for us to do what we just did. Now, what are you going to do with the information? Right
Okay,
now,
so let me stop you right there because
yeah.
I hate to cut you off because you're rolling. I like the radio play and then like a booking kind of deal. Like actually, like with the artists already, you know what I'm saying? We put you on the shelf. Now we're about to push you back out there to the world. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Like a radio play and a booking thing. Like which one you think means more, and then how do they work hand in hand?
So the thing about radio play here, right? You cannot get royalties for radio play
Okay.
in the United States. That particular mechanical royalty, you can't.
Y'all ain't know that, did y'all?
Uh,
Yeah, check out.
Here's the nugget.
Look out.
Uh, so what it does is strictly and purely promotion.
Mhm.
I would do radio any day
Yeah.
over book, right? Most niggas don't read,
Mhm.
but they listen. They'll hear and pick up on some lyrics before they
Yeah.
read lyrics in a book, right?
Mhm.
I think once you've gotten to a certain point in your career, book all day long, but go for the radio
Yeah.
and not just the nationally syndicated radio. I'm gonna drop another nugget on you, my friend.
Bring it on.
College radio.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Co-
Shit, that's
It,
what
it, it
Facebook,
it has
Facebook started on the college campus.
That's what I'm saying. You had to
Yeah.
have a school email to
Mhm.
even join Facebook,
Yeah.
right? When it first started out, you had to
Mhm.
know somebody who knows somebody and be
Yeah.
their friend, and you had to have a school email address. But it's about the hunger. I always equate this to the difference between like the NFL and college football. Do
Yeah.
you notice how much more hungry, how much more energy the college games got
Yeah.
versus these vets in the man? Everybody's trying to hear
Yeah.
that. Let me get to this
Yeah.
college radio,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Plus, it's inviting, it's more exciting, it's a little bit more energetic,
Yeah.
and it's not just about the budget, right?
Yeah.
Here in the city, depending on
Yeah.
how much you give them, they will play you all day long. And
Yeah.
they have a top 10 and they will just recycle the same 10 songs. You got
Yeah.
a city full of amazing, talented people, and you only care about who paid you to play.
Crazy. That's
College radio
yeah.
is the gym for any
Yeah.
independent artist. You heard it here first, people.
Shout out to the nine. I was elevating with the nine. Oh man. But I cut you off from where you was at though. Where was we at? We was
It
talking
don't even matter.
we was
It don't matter.
talking about being on the shelf as an artist, and then they putting you back out there, and then oh no, what the label's saying like come already prepared.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we
already
go.
have your buzz and everything and stuff like that. I think that's a big part of like of something, but then it's like dang, if I generate all of this, you
What
know,
I need you for.
yeah, that right there.
Exactly,
That's
because once you do sign, they
yeah,
take it from you. They take
yeah,
it from you. They strip it down. They contort it,
mm-hmm,
right?
yeah,
And it's no longer yours because now
mm-hmm,
they own your
yeah,
image. They own your
mm-hmm.
name.
Likeness.
They own your sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I mean. Whatever you create with this, now they own. I don't know. There's no amount of advance you could give me to make that sound enticing. There's no I made this name alone in my
Yeah,
bedroom, and you want me to give it to you?
nah,
Not doing that.
nah,
So
yeah,
when you do go through artist development, especially the type that because sometimes artist development, like Motown used to do, where they
mm-hmm,
bring the musicians in, you
yeah,
learn how to play the piano, they teach you how to songwrite, how to sing, everything was
yeah,
live in house, right? Well, when you get any type of artist development, especially through Elevated Nine, I teach you ownership. So before you even get to the label, you own everything. They would have to pay you for
mm-hmm,
you if you wanted to sell you to them, right? And even then, it gives you a better negotiating leverage,
yeah.
right? Because they can't own all of you if you already own it, unless you want to sell it.
Unless you're trying to sell it. Yeah, that's crazy. And then you could create supply and demand. Yeah, you might could work something out. But as far as just selling the form, you can't
Mm-mm,
do it.
not
But
doing that.
but they a certain aspect of okay, well, y'all want this like this? Okay, cool. Oh, y'all just trying to buy this horse. Oh, we ain't selling no horses.
Right.
And the only way you gonna
Exactly.
buy this horse, buy the whole farm. And
Exactly.
there we go. that might could turn into some wealth that could trickle down, and we could turn that into something. You know.
And that's the only time you win, right? And
Mhm.
another kind of aspect of that is when artists do already have this platform built, right? They sign distribution deals.
Mhm.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
You gonna want you a distro deal, right? And that's something that is fully customizable. Oh,
Yeah.
you could fully customize that distribution
Mhm.
deal, right?
Yeah.
Plus they're gonna want to distribute your music
Yeah.
because of all the pull you have based off all the hard work you've already done. So if there's any artist listening to this and you are truly interested and you've built some things for yourself, please don't just give it all away. Please don't just run to them and give it all away. If anything, find out how well you can negotiate and
Yeah.
negotiate you a distro deal.
Yeah. I would say I would second that message too, because it's easy for misfortune to come and just undo all your hard work.
Yes.
Don't be your own undoing. You know what I'm saying? Find a
Straight up.
way to get yourself out the way and get on the high.
Ew, come on, preacher. Come on. Don't make me shout in here. I don't even go to church.
You know we nice. You know we nice. Dang. Okay, so shoot, now we coming to a close. You know what I'm saying? You got something we can get a couple more in. What you want to start with? You want to finish something off?
I
You want
need to
to pick
talk about the
more?
female rappers. I need to talk about the
Okay,
female
let's go.
rappers I need.
Let's go. Yeah, Mr. Mika might like this too. Let's go. What you got for
It's so difficult for me to vet the
him?
female artists, right?
Uh huh.
One thing about the females that I notice, and I want to call them women so bad, but I can't,
Dang.
is they don't sell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
They don't tell the truth, so they can't sell the truth. And if you have one major artist, and I'm gonna do this without saying no names, because who knows how big I'm going to get.
Yeah.
If you create a song
Mm-hmm.
and you keep your kids from listening to your music, but my kids can listen to it, what is that saying?
Oh.
What are you out here doing?
Oh, shoot, man.
I'm not about to play with you. I'm not about to play with you or play you. How
Oh,
about that?
oh,
You will never get a rotation from me.
yeah.
All them spins and plays you get, my name will never be on that list. Like you're really in the state that we in right now.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that I'm supposed to subscribe to and consistently put into my energy a message from a woman that tells me to not trust my black man,
Mm,
to finesse my black man,
mm,
to throw my black man away,
man.
to only my black man for his money and that's it. That he's not really real, he's not worth nothing, don't care about. I don't, ma'am, please be quiet.
Didn't happen.
Hey, and then on top of that, you
Uh-huh.
married. But you happily married, and that's not even the words you live by.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, nah.
What are we doing?
Only you. Like uh, I mean I see certain aspects of things like that, but as far as to look at it through a lens like that right there, like put it under that kind of telescope, not the
I don't
microscope.
care what you
Oh,
say,
yeah,
how
yeah,
who you got, or as a producer, what
mhm,
camp you coming out of.
yeah,
If the message is trash,
yeah,
so are you.
yeah. Dang.
And I'm gonna keep it black and white just like that.
Yeah.
You know
God.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You got them picked out and pulled apart and dressed up real nice and
Mhm.
fake and phony as is real. Your body not real, your mind not real. None of your teeth real, your hair not real, your nails not real, your new nose not. But you want to promote me being authentic to myself, but I gotta slice off half of myself and reconstruct this and do this and feel this way for what? You're
Mhm.
not giving me nothing to look up to. You're not giving me nothing to aspire to. Nothing but a false, fake
Yeah.
prophecy is what it feels like, right? None of the men want to hear that. Do you know the first time I heard anybody say anything about female rap was when are they going to shut up?
Dang.
That's the first thing that I heard.
Yeah.
And then I started rapping. And
Yeah.
I'm learning more men want to hear me.
Yeah.
Not to say women don't, but more men are like, finally,
Yeah.
right? An actual MC, a
Yeah.
lyricist, something to chew on that has nothing to do with my vagina.
Yeah. They just
Cause
serve.
why is that your business?
Yeah.
You know? It's that for me. I just had to get that off my chest. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for allowing me to. You're
Oh
amazing.
nah, hey, look here over at Grind.Music.Repeat. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't about music, we can't use it.
We
You know
can't
what I'm
use
saying? So that's if that falls right in line with that aspect, yeah. So what? Okay, we came down on them with fire and brimstone.
it.
What's what's something? You know what I'm saying? As far as like they need to embrace, you want to see more of them embracing or something like that along those lines.
So, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a fan of Rhapsody.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Rhapsody. I'm a fan of Tierra Whack.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Um, those are my top 2 right now when it comes to just being an MC and
Uh-huh.
kind of leaning into her own kind of smooth vibe, but
Yeah.
still making big moves. She makes splashes that people really don't pay attention to. But I
Mhm.
like the low is Rhapsody, right? Where she could come out and tell a story. You
Mhm.
know, it's concise. She's kind of still hitting you a little bit, give you punches, give you metaphors. And then you just have Tierra Whack that is completely theatrical.
Yeah.
She will take you wherever her inner child wants to take you
Mhm.
and express herself that way. Like give me a story, give me paint a picture, take me on this fairy tale with you if that's the case,
Mhm.
where I can enjoy or forget about what is going on in life instead of making it more difficult or making it harder or projecting something onto me that I don't desire. Let's lighten the mood up. You know what I mean? Or tell like a nostalgic story where I could think back to my childhood and get kind of happy or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. But I'm truly interested. Or Lauren London also.
Yeah.
I know shout out to her because she has the tone and the lyricism, right? She smooths it out, but she still gut punch you with it. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. I truly do love
Shout
that.
to
So
him.
yeah.
Shout out. Yeah. All of that has a place in the kingdom of hip hop.
Mhm.
Everybody got their place, and then
This is true.
you just want it rightfully. You know what I'm saying? You want your seat to fit you. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want it too tall. You don't
Yeah.
want it too low to the ground. You don't want it too laid back. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself for you. You
Yeah.
know that Goldilocks zone that we live
I
in
mean, it's definitely a
nowadays.
place for everybody. It is.
Yeah,
Everybody has their own lane, and individually, I can respect it, for what it is.
yeah.
But when it comes to how it can feed me, music is supposed to sustain you. Music
Yeah.
feeds your soul,
Uh-huh.
and I prefer to be fed with much greater
Yeah.
positive sustenance out here in these
Positive.
streets.
Positive.
So yeah, that's
Positive.
where we gonna land. We gonna
Yeah.
land right there.
That's it. That's it right there. That's how we do it. Yo, I wanna leave our listeners with a message. Like, I wanna thank y'all for paying attention to us, you know what I'm saying, seeing our visions, what we speaking on and stuff like that. And shout out to y'all. Y'all still rocking with us. We working on, we doing the North Carolina and the Chicago collaboration right here. Got
Joe.
Hood Rock TV over here. Got Elevated 9 over there on the other side. Yo, it's beautiful to see that we can still contribute and come together even in these kind of days like this. It was raining that day. That ain't gonna stop me though. Yeah. And, so you got a message for him, Elevated 9?
I want to say, keep pressing record.
Yeah, yeah,
Just keep pressing record
mhm,
until you can put out something that feels good for you.
yeah,
Don't let anybody deter you from what you have going on, what your dreams are, or what your vision is.
yeah,
And if you feel it, it's okay to put it in a song.
yeah. That's it. That's it. And if you build, they will come.
Yeah.
They come. They coming. They
They
rock.
on the
Oh, I
way.
like that. Well, they don't do that. Oh, that's what I like. Oh, man, where y'all going? Oh, y'all go see that if y'all want to. I'm
There it
going to see
is.
what I like. I know where it's at.
Right.
Yeah, like I ain't gotta ask too many questions. They already know when they see me, or they know what I'm here for. Yeah, you already know. Yeah, you got some of them bars in there.
Like you're not the itch and
Yeah,
scratch.
know what I'm looking for. Know what I'm looking for real.
Facts. Big
Yeah.
facts. This was a pleasure. I truly
Yeah, it
appreciate you
really was.
inviting me.
I really thank you for your time. I really thank you for your energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. And I just feel like how it was transferred today right here. This is amazing. This is a nice episode right here. It's dropping tonight now, so
Yeah,
we're gonna make sure we get that around so you can circulate it for your people and stuff like that.
absolutely.
Hey, Grind.Music.Repeat will always love to have you. You know what I'm saying? And it's always a blessing for us to, like I say, keep coming together and talking about what we love, what we're passionate about right there. And I just hope that's something that our listeners pick up on. And with that being said, Grind.Music.Repeat, and we out.
We out of here.